Howdy, y'all. Um, so I was taking care of some business today. Had some things going on. I'm actually currently live as of recording this at twitch.tv/RedSkyStreams if you guys want to pop in and be part of the fun, even though that this discussion isn't inherently fun, unfortunately. Um, yeah, we Concord shut down, I guess. Or is going to in a couple of days. Um, yeah, it's a crazy situation that I just found out about earlier. Oh, I opened my task manager. There we go. Yeah, yeah. So there's a statement from PlayStation for an update on Concord. I already read it, but I'm gonna read it for the sake of those who may have missed it, if anybody even sees this. Um, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PS5 and PC, and wants to thank everyone who's joined the journey aboard the North Star. I personally did not join the journey because I did not play Concord. And honestly, at this point, kind of dodged a bullet considering this, but whatever, it's fine. Your support and passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game in our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we've decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th. It is currently September 3rd as of recording this, and explore other options, including those that will better reach our players. So they'll probably make it free to play, which honestly probably should have just been the thing from the get go. Because I don't know why you'd make a. I really don't like the idea of multiplayer shooter games, like live service shooter games or games as a service that you have to pay to play. I don't like that at all. Like even with MMOs, like Final Fantasy 14. Granted, there's like a big free trial that you can do up to level 70, but still after that you got to start paying for the game. And sure, I get it, it's one of those MMO games that you pay to play. It's like a monthly subscription thing. And it's a huge reason why why Square Enix has survived so long despite having some pretty big financial difficulties in the past couple of years. Um, where was I? Right. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund to all gamers who have purchased the game on PC or PS5. If you purchase it on PlayStation from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, which means like the PlayStation website, the refund will be sent to your original payment method. Customers who bought it via Steam and Epic, uh, Steam and Epic, I guess, will handle that. Uh, for those who've purchased a physical copy outside of PlayStation, go to them, see what they can do. Once refunded, players will no longer have access to the game. They will keep us updated, and they thank those who joined them. So, what exactly went wrong with Concord? Uh, because from what I understood, from what I've heard from people who've actually played the game, it's actually not a bad game. It has a lot of it's a very well made game to my understanding, right? I've heard very little people complain about it in terms of like actually playing the game. It seems like the biggest issue is more so that nobody cared. Nobody asked for this game. Nobody wanted it. Why was it made? Yada yada yada. And that's really rough, especially for the devs because it was in development for like 8 years. Like, let's look at Concord trending here. There's gonna be a lot of negative shit. Redfall, yeah, okay. I guess Redfall lasted longer. I didn't know that. I didn't play Redfall either. Uh, Concord a week after launch. Okay, Astrobot is drop. Oh, that's crazy. Um, probably the biggest failure in PlayStation history. It might even be gaming history, period. Game is going offline. Anyone who bought the game will get a refund. Once you get a refund, you can't access the game. Refunds will take, oh, right. Refunds will take 30 to 60 days, roughly, for the money to come back to your account, which it might even be shorter. Yeah. 8 years to make, roughly, and then 13 days to kill. Not even 2 weeks. Uh, yep, yep, apparently. Uh, okay, so somebody platinumed the game. That's cool. Yeah, it's just like a lot of the uh a lot of the issues that I think like come with it are just the fact that nobody asked for this type of game, man. Nobody wanted another hero shooter that apparently the roster was kind of whatever outside of that. Like the game itself was fun, but like the roster wasn't there. And yeah, yeah, it's just something like people didn't want it. And I really don't understand why they didn't make it just free to play. But at the same time, with as much budget as it apparently had, to my understanding, there was quite a bit of money put into this game. And you can kind of tell because of like the realistic graphics, like the AAA-esque graphics, excuse me. Just the way the game looks. I get why. They kind of needed like to sell it, but I just I don't know. I don't get it. I know like it's a very like niche like type of game to my understanding. Not like a hero shooter, but like the characters and like their personalities and whatnot are like catered to a very niche group of people. Um, and that's fine, but like when those people aren't playing the game, that's that's a problem. It's, like for a game like this to go like offline. Yeah, I'm talking about Concord right now, Michael. 8 years of development down the drain is insane. But for a game like this to take as much time as it did to make, to be shut down in less than 2 weeks, there's a major problem going on in regards to like their creative process. And like while I do think that a lot of people really didn't give this game a fair shot for a multitude of reasons, probably the biggest being the price tag, I don't know. I don't feel I didn't play the game. I had no interest in the game. I never planned to play it unless it was free to play. And if it becomes free to play, I'll give it a shot. I just, I don't know, man. I really feel for the developers though. Like this is a lot of work that they put into it, and it's being shut down at least temporarily, possibly forever. So that's a real bummer. I feel for them. Um, but yeah, yeah, it's going straight up offline in a few days, Michael. Like in 3 days, the game will be completely offline, which is again is a bummer. Like you can if you get the refund, you have no way to play it, and even then, like the servers are offline, so I don't know how you'll play it otherwise. Unless there's like a PvE mode that you can just play with a bunch of bots, which I don't think will be very fun. It's just really unfortunate, and I really do feel for the developers, but there's not much else I can say. So it's a bummer. Feel for them, but hopefully whatever they do next, whether like not even just like make Concord like free to play or whatever and make it better, but like whatever this studio does next, I hope that they land it because they put a lot of time and effort, and it's very clear that they really liked what they did with the game, but it just didn't resonate with enough people, which just happens sometimes. There are plenty of big like games that come out and people are like still mixed on it, even though the game itself either you don't care about the game, you're not interested in the game, or you play the game and it's really good. You know what I mean? Maybe Michael. Maybe if it came out before Overwatch, that is a possibility. But even Overwatch went free to play. So it used to be one of those hero shooters. It was like the start of the hero shooter like phrase that sorry. Overwatch was like the start of the hero shooter craze. And now we're at a yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant by that. Um Overwatch 1 you had to pay to play. And when it released, it was like a fantastic game. And then over time, I guess it became just a shit game. And then Overwatch 2 is free to play and is, I guess, a bad game, even though I played it once with some friends and I enjoyed myself. But to be fair, I also like haven't put nearly as much time into it as like another friend of mine who just viscerally hates Overwatch now because of how Blizzard as a studio took the game and like turned it into what it is. So I I I think Marvel Rivals will succeed only because it's Marvel, but also I have heard that Marvel Rivals is a good hero shooter game. From what I've heard, like I'm very excited to play Marvel Rivals. I definitely plan on playing that just because I'm a big Marvel guy. I really like the movies. Spider-Man's like Spider-Man No Way Home in particular is my favorite movie ever. And I'm mostly caught up on MCU. I still need to watch some of the like the newer stuff, but whatever. But yeah, Uh, it's unfortunate. I feel for the Concord devs. I hope whatever their plan is with Concord or whatever future stuff they do succeeds. I wish them nothing but the best. I hope they figure it out. But that's all for me. As far as this YouTube video goes, I'll still be streaming. I'm actually about to play Final Fantasy X, which by the time this video goes up, I'll probably have it up as quickly as possible. Um, I'll still probably be live for a couple of hours. So anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. You're a real one. I will be back. You will see a video from me on Final Fantasy X very soon. But yeah, that's all from me. See y'all later.